scrappy friends, Helen here for the Hey Little Magpie creative team. Today I have a layout for you, my last of the month, using the Good Vibrations collection from Pretty Little Studio. Loved working with this, I've got lots left. It's lovely and bright and very me. I will be scrapping photos of Mr. Ding and our nephew, our great nephew. Before I get going, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and let me know in the comments what you enjoyed. I'm not sure what to say, just pop a scrappy emoji for the sake of engagement. Don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel from Sarah and Jackie and Sheena and Sam. I will be using wax seals as always for my videos, and yeah, let's get scrapping. So I started off by cutting this ampersand and 2 frames using the 6x6 paper pad from the collection. These are Hey Little Magpie dies designed by Sarah, and there are a pack of frames in the different die cut packs in this collection. That heart frame there, Mr. Ding and Baby Eye. That one is from the pre-cut frames, but I needed another couple that were a similar kind of size, so I cut these 2 from the Hey Little Magpie dies. And then I'm just using a little guillotine, cutting 9 squares, which are 3.5-inch square. So I do 8 squares from the pattern paper, and then I just do a square from a scrap of black cardstock to go under the bottom middle photo, because you're not going to see the pattern paper that's behind that one, because the frame's already just over 3.5 inches. So after I've cut all of the squares, which don't make you watch, I then cut the photos to size to fit the frames and get them all stuck. You can see that black square there. I just use that as a kind of spacer for when I'm laying the grid out, the grid of pattern papers out, that I've not missed, that space for where that photo goes. So I've got the pattern papers all stuck nicely together, in that grid. I don't do a space between the grid either, so it's a 1/2 inch border around the whole of the page. I forgot my 3D foam. I'm at the crop here, the Warrington crop run by Sarah here. So I'd forgot my 3D foam, so lovely Rachel next to me very kindly let me use hers. So that's why that foam looks a little different that I used there on the back of that photo. But I do, each of the photos in the frames, I do pop up on 3D foam to give it a little bit of dimension to the page. I'm also not precious about them hanging off the side of the pattern paper blocks they are on. I thought I'd do that purposefully with the 2 smaller frames, because the big frame, the bottom middle frame, is already hanging over 3.5 inches, slightly bigger than 3.5 inch. So I thought I'd do it on purpose with these 2 smaller frames where, either the frames and or elements of the embellishing around them is hanging the off the block. So next, I think I do actually stick the blocks down, 3.5 inch blocks down. I do use a T-square ruler to begin with to get it all lined up, and I use my craft mat as help in getting that lined to the 1/2 inch. So I'm starting there, going the horizontal along the bottom with the 1/2 inch space in from the 2 sides. I then use that as a marker to then do that first column where they are 1/2 inch from the top and bottom. So I'm just placing this first one in the middle left, and then I use that to then do the bottom and top one above that, and then the next row. I cut a lot of this because it is just sticking down squares. So once I've got this first row in place, and then use that to then line up the next row, the reason I've cut it all out actually after, in a moment, you'll see me skip to where it's all stuck down. The reason I do is I faff a lot with this, because you might know yourself, you're never going to cut every single one exactly
to the measurement you intend to, so they don't fit perfectly together as planned. But it works. It looks okay. It's not too obvious. It's not quite perfect. I'm happy with it. So I'm just taking the backing off 3D foam there and getting those frames even stuck down, and using a little bit of wet glue because of how narrow this is to stick my ampersand down. So the title is You and I. So I just thought, play on the fact the baby's names begins with I. So I go with that. I was thinking about lining and doodling around some bits and decide not to. And then go into the die cut pieces. So there's many different packs of die cuts with this collection, so there's a lot to choose from. You see the flowers up at the top left there of my screen and my mat, and that's just one die cut pack with some of the flowers already used on other layouts. There's then these phrase and word die cuts which have got the stars in. There's another pack of phrase ones which have got hearts in, and I think there's another pack of die cuts as well, and the die cut frames as well. So just pulling some elements out there. So you see, I've used to put out a circular piece that says Happy Life, and placed one of the wax seals with that. I'm then gonna, it's like a kind of name badge cat type shape one there that I've just popped in with some hearts, and I love these flowers made of little hexagon shapes. I just love that piece. I had to put that in there. Um, and then, yeah, I think this is going through the second of the pack. So the hexagon ones are in, the flowers made from the hexagons are in the second of the die cut packs that I pull out. And just swapping some pieces around of what I've used. Sorry, quick pause there for a yawn. So yeah, just still going through all those packs. These photos are actually taken by Baby I's mum. She was sat with us when we went to this coffee shop, and she just loved the little, Uncle Mark having this little bit of time with I. Um, they're just so sweet together. He loves his Uncle Mark. So going through a die cut pack here with the frames in, and just pulling out some other elements that's in that pack. So I've used that love you, that rectangular love you piece there, and I am looking for some other circular elements with having that circle down the bottom with my wax seal epoxy flair. I pulled on the hearts in there, and yeah, just as I just go through the different packs and just building up my embellishment clusters from the different packs. I do add more to the top right yet, so that's nowhere near done yet up at the top right. Yeah, I see. Oh, I've added in a column of hearts there as well. You can see on top of the frame, and just putting in that star, the circle with the star in it. That's from the pack from the frames. So I'm gonna use. So this is a cut apart sheet that's got like labels and journaling blocks on it. So I'm gonna cut one of these journaling blocks out, and that's gonna pop in that bottom right square as well with that big cluster that I've built up there. It's just going to be a little bit of journaling to explain where we are and what Mark's up to, Mr. Ding's up to. And then go through the other cut parts just to see if there's anything else I want to use. I had thought I used a label actually somewhere, but I don't seem to have cut that out, so I mustn't have. And then I just go around, use a little bit of wet glue, stick down. I usually use a 3M double-sided adhesive for my epoxy wax seals, but I've run out. I need to buy some more. Cut out a lot of the sticking down, and on the close-ups realised I've missed something. There we go. Take care. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.